Welcome back to Orange Hat Reviews. This is the second take for my Arrow all 7 seasons review. I'm going to give the scores first time around this time because I want to, and then I'll get into what I liked and didn't like. Seasons 1 and 2 objectively get the same score. They get a 4 out of 5 objectively, 4.5 subjectively, and 5 out of 5 showgoer or moviegoer. They kept me engaged. Seasons 3 and 4, they started getting on a decline because they got into things that did not involve Green Arrow. They started tapping into the more foolish things and things that actually belong to Batman. But then again, it is widely known that the Dark Knight trilogy had inspired Arrow to be created. But anyway, the story did lack they got into more fantastical things. Crossovers were not very well done and whatnot. So, objectively, they went to 3 out of 5 for seasons 3 and 4. Subjectively, it was 3.5 out of 5 because I did like this show, but there still was a lot to be desired. Showgoer, it was 3.5 out of 5 because it wasn't keeping me engaged. Seasons 5, 6, and 7 went completely off the rails. The story, they did the stupid stuff with SJW nonsense, identity politics nonsense. But objectively, it suffered too. It was 3 out of 5 to pretty much 2.5 out of 5, the story and stuff. The acting could have been better. The story had unnecessary points in it and whatnot. Subjectively, it was 2 out of 5 because I hate identity politics. I really do. Seasons 5, 6, and 7 were complete SJW nonsense. So subjectively, they get 2 out of 5. The showgoer for seasons 5, 6, and 7 were 3 to 3.5 out of 5 because somewhat they did keep you engaged, but otherwise they didn't. Now, things that I liked about the Arrowverse. The first 2 seasons, I really liked the story that they kept on jumping back to the memories of Oliver Queen on Lian-Yu, the island in which he was marooned on for supposedly 5 years. You learn that he was no longer marooned, or he wasn't marooned for more than 2 years on Lian-Yu, and the other 3 years he was in Star City, Hong Kong, and Russia, doing stuff for Amanda Waller and Argus instead of Cadmus, and it's like, that makes no sense. But anywho, they even had frickin' Harley Quinn in one episode, but not of any importance. She was also, her face was shaded, so, but her voice is unmistakable and her character is as well. Anywho, they had Deadshot, they had a lot of archers in these shows. I did not like the character of Cupid, which was a cop or an ex-cop that basically had fallen in love with the Green Arrow because he saved her, and that just got way stupid. One of the entertaining things was the arrows in the title sequence changed each season. And I thought that was pretty cool. I actually liked how they did it. I liked how Oliver Queen came back. It was very reminiscent to the Dark Knight trilogy. Bruce Wayne comes back after being declared dead and whatnot. And he basically became Batman and whatnot, but this guy became the Green Arrow. At first they called him the Hood, then they called him the Arrow, then they called him the Green Arrow. Then he unmasks himself, and oh my god, that's when it all went down to shit, when everybody was finding out his identity left and right. Plus they put in the identity politics in the later seasons, which completely turned me off, but I powered through it so I could do the review. I was not a real big fan of the latter seasons. Plus, their crossovers were heavily identity politics crap. Basically, lesbians, gays, and all that stuff, making a point that they're lesbian or gay, and instead of focusing on the story, who cares about your sexual preference? I don't care about your personal life. Be a frickin' hero. You know? You should not be focusing on this crap when it comes to things that kids pay attention to. Now, I know these shows are not for kids, but still, why is it so important for a person's sexual preference to be known to the world? Yes, you can be whatever you want. There's nobody disputing that. I have no problem with the LGBTQ community because, believe it or not, I believe everybody has a right to be happy. But stop pushing your shit down people's throats. That kind of turns people away from you because you're being disrespectful to them. Also, it doesn't serve the plot. Why does the fact that a character is gay or lesbian or whatever, why does it need to be put in if it doesn't serve the plot? Now, I like how they had Slade Wilson. I thought the actor that did him was very good. I actually liked every episode that Slade was in because he was an interesting character. I liked the character of Roy Harper, who was known as Arsenal. I liked Thea Queen when she became Speedy, or the Red Archer that was partnered with Oliver. I wish they had her in the last season. It would have been cool to see her. Wonder whatever happened to her in the 2040 segments, because they started doing time jumps in the last season, and I'm like, this is getting ridiculous. I mean, it's like, what is all this crap? Why are they jumping? Then it explains it, but it's still stupid, but it made sense at the end because Felicity made a deal with the guy from Elseworlds, that guy that gave the Book of Destiny to some idiot. Oliver had to come through on his debt at the end of it, so there's not going to be an 8th season. And I really don't think there should. I think the Arrowverse needs to die after Crisis of Infinite Earths, because this is really foolish, what they're getting into. All they're doing is, oh, we're strong women, we don't need man to do anything. Oh, I'm good! What? Or I'm going to have that take over the story instead of the fact that the frickin' story needs to be told. And all that stuff. When you push those narratives, it takes away from the story. And yes, I know I sound like a broken record. This whole hashtag feminism from the Flash crap that they had basically spilled over to the Arrow. Or was it the other way around? But it's like, oh my god, people, I don't care. There was also parts that made me very uncomfortable, but that's because due to personal things with me. I was falsely accused of something and incarcerated unjustly for it. So when I saw Green Arrow getting falsely accused of stuff and incarcerated, brought back a lot of bad memories. Memories I would love to forget. I mean, that seems to be a thing nowadays where superheroes need to do time in jail. Why? I mean, seriously, why? But hey, I guess they want them toughened up or some crap. Anyway, that's the review. If you guys liked the video, and if you like the review I gave, like, comment, subscribe, share, all that jazz. This has been Orange Hat Reviews, and I'll catch y'all on the next one.